Hello viewers and welcome to our top-notch education consultancy programs. We are here today to do an interview by one of the perfect teachers of English and literature. Actually, she's the HOD English at Maseno School. Good morning, Madam Jacky.
Morning, Mr. Uyuga.
Welcome to our programs.
Thank you so much, sir.
It is my pleasure to interview you this morning about what you do at Maseno School and probably your general view of the English language. Now, to begin with, what was your mean?
Last year, that is 2023, we had a mean of 9.35.
9.35?
Yes, sir.
That is great.
Which actually is a drop.
Is a drop? 9.3 is a drop?
It's a drop. It's a
so
drop.
what was your mean the other year?
In 2022, we had a mean of 9.65
Yes.
and 2021, 9.85. But you take pride, despite the numbers. We have a candidature of 545, and this year we
You
have
said 545?
45.
That's a big population.
It is.
Oh, okay. So you'll tell us something about how you deal with such a large number.
Thank you. So basically, there are different best practices that we normally do in Maseno School.
Yes.
And I want to first of all thank the members of English department for the immense support, the unwavering support, and the teamwork and the team spirit that is there throughout, year in, year out. That has really helped us in the...
So in brief, you're telling us that teamwork is important to run a department. So you have a very good team that drives the agenda of the department.
Very true, sir.
That is great.
So teamwork has been one drive that has made us achieve it. And on top of that, there are several practices that we do as a department that are very vital in bringing this mean to be consistent, oblivious of whatever challenges that most schools are facing.
That is great, Madam Jacky. So we want to hear much about that, the strategies that you have in place, how maybe you operate with the teachers, the students, and your overview around the English department. So let me begin with your strategies at the level of the students, because that is what most of our teachers would like to listen to. So what are the strategies that are geared towards the students to bring up this mean?
I must say,
yes,
it has somehow not been a walk in the park. There's this notion that national schools, entry behavior of the students is above the level, which is very true.
Yes.
That justifies the mean at the end of it all.
Yes.
But then we look at the input of the teacher also. The student cannot do well if you take that notion that the students are good. We do a lot of work also.
Okay.
So there are different strategies that we use when it comes to the student.
Yes.
First of all, when the student transit from primary school to high school,
yes,
the first thing we start with, we have a motivation department within the school, first of all. And the department also has two members that help us so much in motivating the student. So the first induction, we normally tell the students that English is made in Maseno School.
Correct.
So that psychological part.
You prepare them
Yes.
to believe that the best English students come from Maseno School. That is great.
So the first orientation, we are normally given a slot by our Dean of Studies, Mr. Patrick Mboya.
Yes.
And he give me a chance to sell the department to the students. So you see, it is all in their psychology that yes, I'm now in this great school.
I'm at Maseno School, and Maseno School is known for English, and therefore I have to do my best while I'm here.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I want to owe this to Maseno School has produced different kinds of administrators, and in the Department of English,
yes,
we've had the legend Mangala Okanda, who is now the chief examiner, paper 3.
Yes.
I think you brought all these strategies,
Yes.
and we are still using it up to now, and we've even added more.
Okay.
We also had Mr. Maloa, who is now the principal Sacho High School.
High school, yes.
Mr. Mai.
Oh, so you have had all these great names at Maseno
Yes,
School.
and,
So they must have been the foundation
Yes.
of the department.
And of course you, Mr. Zedekayo, you
Thank you very much for recognizing me that I was part of that.
Yes. So these people have actually contributed to what we have right now.
Thank you.
So the first thing that we normally do as the student comes in, the first part of first term, we have the class readers.
Okay.
We ensure every Form 1
Has got a
has
class.
a class reader. So this is the first induction that helps us also with composition writing.
To nurture their communication and language skills.
Their communication skills, their the reading skills
The
also.
reading skills, yes.
Yes.
That is great.
That is the first part.
That is good. Now, you've talked about that vis-a-vis your students. Now, how does the teachers now come in also to be part of this strategy?
Thank you very much, sir. So that part, every teacher now,
Yes.
we normally have a departmental meeting, and we have a strategic plan for the year.
For the year.
Every year we make a strategic
Like
plan.
now, you've already had your strategic plan for English at Maseno School.
We did it last year.
Ah, that is great.
We did it
As
last
the early bird catches the worm, so you did it last year.
We did it last year. And part of this,
Yes.
we first of all start the term with putting down the departmental teaching guidelines.
Okay.
So the syllabus is done in such a way that the Form 4 teaching is planned earlier. We have what you call teaching guidelines for Form 1, Form 2,
And
Form 3, and
Form
Form
4.
4. Yes.
That is great.
And this, we put these topics vis-a-vis the skills, such that in Form 2, we are teaching the same thing per week. If a colleague is absent, somebody steps in and he'll know it is the same thing.
You're talking about the uniform notes. So that if we have 4 streams, say you have 4 streams in our school, every teacher must teach the same content, the same day, the same lesson.
Thank you.
Oh,
As
that
long
is
as in a
great.
week, maybe we put listening skills, it is giving instructions.
Yes.
Functional writing, we have the investigative reports.
Ah.
The Samaritan. That week, we are dwelling on Act 2. We have Act 2, Scene 3.
So everyone has to capture that within that week.
Within that week.
And that means that there is no single student at Maseno School who is disadvantaged because teachers are teaching the same thing. No, this idea where maybe this teacher has gone to a class with his own things, another one. So you teach uniform content.
There is that uniform content.
Yes.
And by the end of the week,
Yes.
it is done.
Ah, that is great.
So, as the head of English,
Yes.
I normally do now a recap. I go to the classes
Yes.
and check what has been done.
Yes.
And if there is any teacher who has not done it, I want to say Maseno School teachers are wired in such a way that there is that self-drive and discipline.
Oh, they are self-driven.
Yes.
Oh, that is good.
You'll find that teacher covering it, looking for time and covering it up. And that's it. So the teaching guideline has really helped us.
So you have a teaching guideline. So this is something that other schools can also borrow from.
It is
That you have uniform notes and you also must have what you call the teaching guidelines. For you to get that mean of 9 point, did you say 9 point?
9 point. Our target this year is 10.5.
10.5.
And we want to use it as a pilot to see, can we really reach there? So there are some new strategies that we put in place this year.
For that.
And I believe it will work out.
That is great.
Apart from that,
Yes.
every stream, for example, every class, from 1, we normally have a supervisor.
By the way, you have how
a
many
teacher
streams
student.
for Form 1?
From 1s, we have 16.
16. Wow.
16
That is a
streams
big school.
with around 900 students. Yes.
What about your current candidature class?
Our candidature, we have 680.
And 80. And you are able to push the mean to over 9.
Managing the numbers.
That is great.
So how do we manage these numbers? apart from the head of department,
Yes.
we also have head of classes. There is a supervisor who helps me supervise Form 1, a supervisor who helps me supervise Form 2,
Yes.
Form 3. Like right now, Form 2, I have Mr. Lugura, who's really helping me with that work.
Okay.
At Form 3, I have Madam Becky, and I have also Madam Miriam, who is helping me out.
Yes.
And currently in Form 1,
Yes.
I have the help of Mr. Wade.
Great.
So it helps us.
So you have integrated the teachers into helping you run the department. And that you are talking about the same teamwork. If you have the teamwork and teachers are given responsibility and they execute those responsibilities, then definitely we will get the results.
It works.
Another strategy.
Another strategy,
yes,
is on early syllabus coverage. Once we have the teaching guidelines,
yes,
and the classes are being taught almost the same content,
yes,
the syllabus is able to move. You see, like our students,
yes,
there are some topics like nouns, compound nouns, collective nouns. There are some we push to Form 1, maybe distributed in first term types of nouns, second term collective nouns, and third term compound nouns. These are things they're familiar with. They did them in primary school, class 7
so
and 8.
syllabus coverage, early syllabus coverage is key when it comes to getting the good results. Another strategy.
Another strategy,
yes,
after we clear our syllabus,
yes,
we have reteaching. So we reteach in terms of revision questions.
Oh, so now you don't use the usual way of teaching, but now you use a question now to make sure that the students internalize.
Thank you.
Okay.
Reteaching in terms of questions. So we do another guideline again of reteaching.
Yes.
That will be done in second term. And this is where now we start the weekly exams.
Yes.
So, for example, in paper 1, we will only reteach something like minutes that week. Then after that, some closed tests. And this closed test has to be on a topic, and a topic that is on the current trend. What is affecting the students? Then after that, an oral poem.
Yes.
We'll reteach one oral poem perfectly. Every question down there.
Yes.
Then finally we'll pick on a Form 2, Form 3 topic. For example, we are going to part of the oral skills in Form 3,
yes,
at least 3 of them. And pronunciation, and maybe vowel and consonant.
Wow, that is great. So it's called reteaching.
Reteaching.
It's very strategic when it comes to producing the results.
Very important.
Another strategy. You know, we want to get all these things.
And then after that, an exam is done on those areas.
Oh.
An exam is done.
Is it topical or is it just a general exam now?
It is a full paper 1.
Paper 1.
But based on topics.
On topics.
You have to be strategic. Based on the topics.
On the topics. Thank you very much. Can you give us the very last one? The very last strategy.
Okay.
Yes.
So we also have another one on training the student.
Yes.
We train student examiners.
Yes.
So once we're done with the syllabus.
But I wanted to listen to that. Just give it some time. This bit of training student examiners, how does it work?
So I want to thank my principal, Mr. Peter Owino.
Yes.
And our deputies, Mr. John Okoth and Mr. Newat.
Yes.
I've never seen passionate administrator because they facilitate this. So we find one of the Saturdays,
yes,
we pick in every class 10 students who represent paper 1 examiners.
Yes.
Then based on their performance,
yes,
we also ensure that their weak students also incorporated here.
Yes.
Then we'll train 10 again paper 2 in every class.
Yes.
Remember we have 10 streams. So every stream contributes 10 paper 1 examiners, 10 paper 2 examiners.
So we will have a total of 100.
And 10 paper 3 examiners.
Total 10 students, 100
paper 1 examiners.
Examiners for paper 1, for paper 2, and for paper 3. See, that is great.
Then we take them through training.
Yes.
The way NEC does it.
Does it,
The good thing is that we have examiners.
Yes.
The good thing is that we have examiners.
Yes.
In paper 3, so I'm normally the chief there in the school.
In the school.
And I have my TLs.
Yes.
I have Mr. Stephen Olwatch. I have Madam Shioko. I'll also have Mr. Akelo Audi.
Yes.
So we use, and also Madam Florence.
Yes.
So they're now the assistant chief examiners.
Yes.
So we train these TLs. The students are now the TLs.
The TLs.
Then they go to class again and train the rest.
Retrain the rest. So that the examination of skills is impacted in all the students. So that they know, even if the paper is quality or not quality, they will know this paper is not quality because the weight has been set is not the right one.
Very true.
That is very good.
And remember, sir, we also train them to set exams.
Ah.
So when it comes to NEC level, this is a student doing an exam and he knows what NEC requires, how he's supposed to answer the questions.
That's good strategy.
So we also use the same students to mark the, there's some drills. So if I have 10 examiners and my class has 60, managing the tyranny of numbers, I have a class of 62 students.
So these students can also help you because they have been trained to be examiners, can also help you now to mark for other students.
You're right.
You've got a very good strategy.
They help us to mark. There are 10 examiners. We have a total of 60 students.
Yes.
Every examiner will mark 666.
60, which is a manageable number.
Very true.
Ah, thank you.
Then go and revise. Then I'll be there as a teacher. I give my advice at that. So we have peer teaching, peer learning. We integrate all of this.
That is great. Thank you very much for having accepted to take this interview. Now, who is Madam Jacky? That is the final bit. Who is Madam Jacky?
Madam Jacky is a hardworking and industrious lady.
Yes.
I've been in Maseno school for I think 12 years.
12 years. That's long enough. And you're doing a good job.
And as a HOD for about 8 years. And I thank God we've had consistent good results in English.
In English.
I'm also a training consultancy where I go to schools, do the induction and of departments, helping the schools. At the end of it all, how do you impact on the community also?
So you do a lot of community service.
I do a lot of
community service. So teaching is not just doing it at your school and for your students. It is also about how do you help the schools from around. Thank you very much. And I want to appreciate this interview. It's been a great one. And I believe this video is going to help so many of our viewers so that they also improve in their performance. Thank you and may God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Yes.